What's up, guys? Welcome back. Malik here, and today we're going to be reviewing my two trades on the NASDAQ 100 today. Today was September 13th. It was actually the CPI release, so I didn't want to make too many trades today because news events are typically very hard to trade. So today at the CPI release, you had it release at like 8:30. You had a huge push down on the market, and then we actually rebounded when the market actually opened. So when the CPI actually released today around 8:30, I was already in a sell side trade. I was in a sell side trade from last night, but I got knocked out at around $10.8 of a loss. So I'll actually show you the trade from last night where I got knocked out, and then today I made like $5 and I just closed out the trade. So I'm negative around $5 on the day, and I didn't want to make much trades because, as I said, news events are extremely hard to trade. So I kind of stayed out of that to not take any of that risk of what was going on today, right? So basically we had a raise in the CPI, and the market didn't like that. That basically saying that the Fed is going to either continue keeping interest rates high or even raise it again. As it's staying higher, it's showing that the inflation is still sticky, and I think some core contributors to that were airplane flight prices and also gas prices. So the first trade from last night was at 15,318.7. Perfect. So that's actually right here. That's actually where I entered the sell side trade, but I actually got knocked out sometime in the night at 15,340.29. And then just because I knew the event was coming up, I had a very small risk, so it was a 0.05. I had a 20 pip stop loss, so I had a max risk of $10. So this was the $10 loss initially on the market. When before the release, I actually made another trade, but I actually stepped it way down. My max risk was like $3 on this trade, but I was expecting a big move down. If I had a big move down, this could have made more money, but I didn't want to assume much risk on this trade, so I still entered this with a 0.01. And then when the release came out and the market started to push down, I just closed the trade for a $5 profit because I knew that I shouldn't have been there. And that was actually a good choice because the market ended up completely reversing and closing green on the day. So I entered here, and then I actually closed it at 15,252, so somewhere about here, 15,252.34, for a total profit of 5.5. And then after that, the market rebounded like violently and then actually closed green. And that closing green, along with not closing below the previous low, is the bias to why I'm still in a bullish trade right now. So I have 3 bullish trades right now open for tomorrow. We'll see how that plays out, and I actually have my stop loss at around 15,360 and 15,370 on those trades. So let's actually just go into what happened today. You can actually just go on Twitter and type in CPI, and you'll see some news about what happened. So you see that today basically, and those are the 2 trades for today, so it's not much happened today. I didn't try to follow it up or trade it because news events are just, as I said, not good to trade. So the US CPI month over month, it increased 0.5% in August. You have food increased by 0.2%, energy increased by 5.6%. So you can see that was the biggest contributor to why inflation was kind of sticky this month, and the previous month was also 3.6, I believe. So inflation is still kind of trending up, or it's not even coming down at this point, even with interest rates being so high. So you have shelter at 0.3%, core inflation at 0.3%, and services at 0.4%. So shelter rose for the 40th consecutive month. So the price of shelter is very sticky. It's not going down. That's the price that people are paying for rent. Used cars and trucks are some of the biggest losers. New vehicles are actually falling. What else is falling? Recreation. So I guess there's less demand for recreation, education, and communication as well. But most of the gainers, you can see just the CPI here, the food and beverage, the energy, core CPI, clothing is actually up. New vehicles is actually up for this month. Transportation services, that's like your airlines and I would guess your Ubers and stuff like that. I'm not sure. But that was the main thing that came out today. And I'm guessing that as soon as there was that release, the algorithms could actually read through the papers, kind of spot out what it was kind of saying, push the market down. After that huge sell off, you had a huge reversal. So it was good that I got out of the market at that time. And that's basically it for today. You know that you shouldn't be trading these news events because it's so unpredictable and you always have the wicks on both sides. You have a huge wick to the buy side, a huge wick to the sell side. So depending on where you entered, you could have been stopped out pretty easily. But looking at tomorrow's trade now, what I'm thinking here is just my trade idea is that, all right, we had bullish movement here. We had bearish movement on Tuesday, but it didn't close below that previous Monday candle. So that was like a liquidity sweep. And then CPI, this is a total unrelated day, so you wouldn't even count this into price action. So you had that release that had like a huge indecision wick up and down. So I'm looking for buys still, and then you can see that we actually opened on the higher end of yesterday's candle, and we're actually trending up. Let's see if this trend continues, and let's see how we can actually close out tomorrow. I'm hoping for a bullish day tomorrow, but if I get stopped out, that's it, and we'll actually just trade from there. If we actually close below today's candle, which would have been the 13th, then I would probably be looking for sells, right? So let's see how this trades today. I have my friend Perry is actually saying that the market is actually trading on a trend line, and I'm actually seeing it play out. I don't know where it went. Something happened with it, but I had a trend line here and the market was actually bouncing off the trend line pretty well. So let's see how this plays out tomorrow. I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye bye.